Hey everyone, let's do the homework 9.1 limits. For the first question, c is -4. Compute the limit as x approaches -4 and evaluate f of -4. Based on the graph, there are no any breakpoints on the graph, so simply they both should be equal. X equals -4. Y is -4. So -4 for both. Now let's do second one. So the graph shows when x is equal to -8, this is breakpoint. So the graph approaches -8, then jumping to this point. So f of -8 is well defined because you see here this point. So when c is -8, f of c is -6. And the limit for this point approaches -8 from both sides, left or right, all go to y equals 0. So 0. So the third one, this is breakpoint. Go this way, then go jump to here. So when x equals -4.5, y is -6. You see it's well defined, but the limit from the left side, x approaches -4.5, y approaches 3, so 3. The right side is the limit, x approaches -4.5, y is -6. Actually, the right side is you could touch this point. Since the left side limit is not equal to the right one, so the limit as x approaches -4.5, dne does not exist. So you see the function at x equals -4.5 is well defined. You see this point, but the limit does not exist because you see the left side goes this way, the right side goes this way, diverges. It does not converge. Okay, number 4. Here I just use Excel. So equals parentheses 8 minus 2 times 1.9, then minus 1.9 square, close the parentheses, divided by parentheses again, this x minus 2, enter. Then we just drag down to do the auto calculations. And here x approaches 2 from the left side. This is the right side. So you just replace x by 2.1 in this function and enter. Then all the way down, so you get the results. Then you see from the left side approaches -6, the right side also approaches -6. So your answer is -6. You know the table is just as an illustration. Mostly we really don't use this way. You see when x approaches 2, the denominator approaches 0. So here is 0. So this is we called 0 over 0 form. Once we have 0 over 0 form, then you need to try to do factoring on the numerator to see any factors could go cancel out the denominator. So here you see x minus 2, x minus 2 cancel out. Then it's just a negative x plus 4. That's just a linear function. It's a polynomial function. So no any breakpoints now. Then you could just replace x by 2 to get the -6. Okay, number 5 is pretty simple because it's just a linear function, no any breakpoints because x could be any numbers. Domain is -infinity to +infinity. So simply plug in -45, so it's -2. Similarly, number 6, you just replace x by -1. Then you could get a -2. This is a polynomial function. Number 7, when x approaches 8, so also is 0 over 0 form. Then we could just simplify this function. So this is 0 over 0 form. We do the factoring on the numerator. It cancels out x plus 8. Just replace x by negative 8. Okay, number 8 is 0 over 0 form. So the numerator and the denominator have the same term, so cancel out. Although still x in the denominator, when x approaches 9, 9 plus 1 is not 0, so you can just replace x by 9. Number 9, piecewise function. So let's see, on the left side to negative 1, we use the top function. So replace x by negative 1, so 1 minus 9 is negative 8. Then the right side, use the bottom function, so plug in negative 1. Negative 5 plus 1 minus 4 is negative 8. Since the left limit is equal to the right one, so the limit does exist, equals negative 8. And for this number 10, x equals negative 1, this denominator is 0, but the numerator is not 0. That's 0, then the numerator is not 0, it's a number, it's a finite number. So we see the left side, the limit. The numerator is a finite number, is always positive, no matter from the left or right. But the denominator is x plus 1. From the left side, you actually a little bit less than negative 1. So this is approaching 0, but it's still a positive number, very small. So from the right side is x plus 1 is negative. Since the left limit does not equal the right one, does not exist. Number 11, we just apply all the rules. The first one just simply this limit plus this limit. So this is this minus this, and this is the product rule. So this time this negative 35 quotient rule. Be careful, g of x over f of x. Okay, number 12. This is a quadratic function, belongs to polynomial. You know, the domain is negative infinity to positive infinity, could be any numbers. So just simply plug in this 360. You get this number. The last one for p approaches 100 from the left side, you just replace p by 100. So you know, eliminated 2 zeros, then just 0, 1600 minus 1600. Okay, you could do the remaining problems on your own.